Is this Tadej Pogacar's newest weapon in his quiver a beautiful looking, unreleased AERO road bike from Colnago? These are spy photos or unreleased photos of what appeared to be Colnago Y1RS. And the reason why they're all saying this is because even Colnago themselves have recently hinted on their Instagram showcasing built to defy wind, and they have a release date of 12/9/24. So coming up very soon, which looks to be just a silhouette of a blacked out Y-wing type Vengevise Aerofly looking bike. Colnago has lacked an aero bike in the fleet for a very long time. Not that it needed it. Obviously, Colnago, or obviously Tadej, is just a monster on any bike it is. And this is not about what bike's going to make them faster. This is just excitement news for the industry in the whole. Colnago has, like I said, lacked an aero road bike for the longest time. Back in the day, around 2016, 2017, they had the Colnago Concept, which was a really good-looking road bike. If I can move my head out of the way. This was their Colnago Concept. This was their aero road bike version of their bicycles. But after a while, they just stopped producing. Even if you go to their website, all you see here is just their Colnago C68, their C68 road bike, their V4RS, their V3, their C68 road tie, their V4, and also the rim brake. There is nothing on here about an aero road bike. And again, like I said, Tadej has pretty much done it on their do-it-all all-purpose bicycle. But they were lacking their aero road bike, and this seems to be what it is coming out on 12/9. Now, again, this is all speculation, but these photos were leaked on Weight Weenies, and this looks very similar to the builds that they come out with on UAE with the Envy wheels, with the carbon tie chain rings, with the Durace on there, and it looks like a badass bike. This is what I'm talking about when innovation's coming to it. We always said for the longest time, for the UCI to be standard, it needed to be two triangles. Triangle in the center of the bike and triangle in the rear of the bike, which they have done so, but it really looks like they took a step forward in this bike design for sure. A very short wheelbase. That front wheel is tucked up really nice into that down tube, which the V4RS is known to have a very long wheelbase. When they made this bicycle, they said this bicycle was for racers, and they took cues from Tadej saying that he wanted a more stable bike for descents. Obviously, this is a bike for climbing and descending, but this bicycle right here is an aero machine with also this staggered kind of Y-intersect seat post right here. This seat post is, your fits are going to have to be exact. The seat posts are going to be very minimal coming out here. And then you can even see here for this fork as well. It looks like a dual crown fork, not dual crown fork, like a staggered fork on here with this kind of, it looks like Cervelo was onto something with that kind of, that Y, Bianchi, Cervelo, Y-shaped front end on the bicycle. Now again, that's a better image of it from the front end of it, but these bicycles are looking insanely nice. Massive wide fork, and then even here you have the staggered on the down tube, and it takes a little step down to the water bottle. You come up where that rear wheel is tucked pretty nicely into there. I'm sure this bike can probably take up to a 700 by 32 C tire on there as well, but it is a beautiful looking road bike. This is obviously the side picture of it. And then here are the pictures of it, Y1RS black holographic Colnago. And again, these pictures are from Weight Weenie on the forums over there. But I'm excited for it. It really does showcase what these bicycle companies are doing. And I'm here for it. Now, what does this mean for the sport of cycling? We're definitely going to see them using these on the flat stages if these come about. Does Tadej need it? No. This will be just another bicycle in Colnago's quiver, obviously for selling points. And I think companies need this, and I'll say this in my perspective of me selling Specialized to give you guys a reference. We lose some sales for our Tarmac SL8s because of the fact that it doesn't look like an aero bike. Even though it tests aero, and there's aero charts out there from Tour Magazine, from Specialized as well, saying that it tests more than their Vengevise, because of the aesthetics and the look that it's not an aero bicycle, consumers want that beefy aero all-out flat race machine. I know what you YouTubers, there's a different world between YouTube and there's a different world between walk-in retail and consumers who actually have the money to buy stuff. They want a mean-looking, aggressive deep dish wheel with thick tubes on there, thick forks, and they're in their mindset want that for a flat aero road race. We lose a good amount of sales to the old Trek Madones, the Scott Foils, the Cervelo S5s because they have this all-purpose aero look. That's the reason why. Like I said, even though I can sit there night and day and talk until my face turns blue and show them the grass and be like, look it tested more aero. The tarmac isolates more aero than this. So I think this is a really good move for Colnago on their end, because there is a marketplace for aero bikes. Even if your V4S is a dominant bike, even if it wins every single Grand Tour, you still have those customers who want that aero looking bicycle. I'm excited to see how this thing produces. I'm excited to see how the bottom bracket flexes without the straight tube down all the way there. I'm sure there's obviously a ton of wind tunnel engineering behind there. It even looks like it has like this, maybe a disc brake sheath caliper on the other side to block it for aerodynamics. But I'm really excited to see how this thing rides under pressure. This right here, this kind of opening gap here, always the qualms with an aero road bicycle is that they have massive seat tubes and massive down tubes and massive seat post tubes, and that always will be a problem for vertical compliancy. So with these type of bicycles, with the aero bicycles, you see Trek Madone did it where they put the ISOFlow in there to also add a little bit of comfort. That seat post kind of sitting above nothing, even though you have this will definitely help out a little bit with vertical compliancy. And these front ends look fun. They look really cool for the rider. If they're not slammed, they kind of look ugly. If you've ever seen a Sorel S5 with spacers, kind of like this. The bike looks beautiful slammed right here, but when you have to add spacers to go and accommodate pretty much every other rider out there who's not a Grand Tour rider, you get kind of this spacer stack here, which it doesn't have this flush look to the top end of it. And same for the Bianchi. The Bianchi as well right here, which is really cool. So a little bit of a downtime for the bicycle industry for a while. It seems like Sorel was definitely onto something with that handlebar design, because now we're starting to see a lot of these companies go after this handlebar and stack and set up on here, which is always cool. I love to see different things. But yes, a little bit of downtime for a while where there's no bicycles coming out on the market that are new. But now we have Colnago releasing a new aero road bike. We also have talks of Factor releasing a brand new bicycle, December 2nd, 2024, which looks to be a massive aero bike with massive aero wheels on here. And this probably is going to be an iteration of their Factor 1. And again, Factor has one of their nicest bikes out there on the market right now, the Ostrovam, which just got released. They redesigned it. It hits at 6.8 kilo weight thing for the UCI. weight limit for the UCI. But people still want that aero look of a bicycle. And even though the Factor Ostrovam tests really highly in wind tunnel testing, and the pros dominate on it, and people love the bicycle, people still want that aero look. So you have Factor coming out with their new look of an aero bike. And again, here, this looks to be the front end of the bicycle. So again, it's probably going to be a Factor 1 redoing it, but I'm here for it. It's like that. This looks like an aero bike as is, but people want that deep aero bicycle. And what do you guys think on that? And this is my question, because we obviously talk about this in the bicycle industry. This is, again, I'm talking about Specialized and Venge. What do you think on that matter? If this bicycle comes out and they have the Factor Ostrovan that literally has great aero tests, it's been proven with aero tests, it excels in aerodynamic testings, and it's also 6.8 kgs. Would you guys go for this bicycle if it tests similar in aerodynamics and meets all the standards for UCI, but is just heavier? Let's say this is 7.2 or let's say 7.5 kgs. Would you guys spring for this bicycle, or would you guys spring for the 6.8 kg bicycle? Unless they're going to make this bicycle UCI illegal for consumers, and like we just saw Scott do, make this bicycle UCI illegal with crazy aerodynamics, with massive head tubes, massive bottom brackets, and yada, yada, yada. But who knows? I'm just guessing here. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I'm excited to see this thing. I want to see this thing in person. I want to get my hands on this bicycle because it looks badass. We haven't seen a bicycle in the Pro Peloton to look this cool in so long. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.